Okay, so we're just setting up here and all the things related to that for, oh, sorry, just gonna go mute to fix an echo. Okay, hopefully that is better, much better. Okay, so players should be ready very soon, which gives us a few moments to check the deck lists here. Let's pop over. We have Demagogue, which he's made famous now. A couple good placing in some local tournaments, I do believe, and taking High House Delight to higher higher places than I think a lot of people expected when this deck list was first. Sorry, this stronghold was first announced. Very attachment heavy. I mean, it is a dragon deck still after all, even without the bonuses. Wants to tower up on Mitsu, I think, but will take. I've seen it take other monks as its basis if Mitsu's being shy. Crane Splash. Got some return to defense goodness for stand. It's a very good card. Got some duelist training so that Mitsu can just basically bow an entire board if he really has to. Um, New name's just a solid card for a void roll. And then the formal limitation just to get Mitsu in for some more bowing goodness. Yeah, just basically wants to keep Mitsu around or some big attachment up monk around for quite a while and get into the mid to late game to control. Okay, let's pop back. Have we started yet? Nope, but soon. Okay, good. So we can grab a peek at Micha's deck. Micha? I think it's Micha. Which is Crane, Seeker Void. So similar to what we've been seeing for a while. Very strong deck still, like mid range, very efficient. Um, he's gone for the smattering, the smorgasbord of conflict characters. I see Ancient Master, Tattooed Wanderer, one Fumiki, one Political Rival. So kind of like one of each toolbox. Uh, got the one Assassination. I think that's always good in any open deck lists. One Elegant Tessin. Interesting choice, given that he's got some very powerful people to throw it on. Bash Samurais and Dazzling Duelists are great, as well as like Fumiki, for example. All good for Elegant Tessin, but he decided to go with one. Two above questions, so I don't know if I guess that'll be good for the Void Fists, and he could also put it on a big Tower Mitsu. But our opponent does have three let goes, as well as the monks that the new Maya Mystic monks, essentially. And then along with that, just a lot of efficient, cheap, solid events, including two-story defeat, which I think is good, and one surprise noble sack. That's cool. Way the Cranes might be a little dead because his opponent won't be dishonoring them, but they're for other matchups, I think. Okay, let's check back. Nope. Okay, probably going to be starting very soon. Oh, it seems like Twitch has changed the whether it's a view count or not, which is interesting choice on their part. If anyone's viewing, so you have to chime in comments to let me know there's a viewer out there. Oh, we need a dragon. Oh, yeah. So Demagogue is picking his deck. I don't know if he's got much of a choice, but I'm sure he'll be coming on in. Oh, Jikoku just crashed apparently like a minute ago. Interesting. I see in the chat. Yeah, at 11:02, you're right. They did. So hopefully, game still seems to be okay. I see a bunch of games going on. Interesting. It seems like in like 4 minutes people jump back on. So obviously with the situation and everyone staying home, Jikoku's become more popular than ever. I'm very happy to see like 25, 30 games going on at certain times. Okay, looks like we've got Demagogue jumping in here. Okay, and we're off. Got some spectators in the game. Not sure we have anything on Twitch, but that's fine too. Let's move that box. I wouldn't want to get the Action Johnny treatment with the all caps there. Gets to see some, some good sportsmanship on the have a good games and U2s. Of course, would expect no less from these players. We have first player is Demagogue in this case, the dragon player. Let's see what their mulligans are going to be. I don't know if Mitsu is a straight up mulligan the first time around. I guess he is because you can keep him around. So Mitsu with 2, you could most likely keep him around for quite a while. Just off of that, so that might be something that you mulligan for. Otherwise, you might just. I've seen this dragon deck essentially mulligan for cheap characters or nothing at all, and just pass that first turn. But going first, he may not do because he's probably going to get the passing fate anyway. But I've seen the dragon decks just pass on the first turn of their second to get that advantage, and that the row is relatively awful. Restoration of balance, upholding authority. Shameful's the obvious exception there, that hitting it without a character is not great. But there's lots of risk in attacking into that row on breaks. One interesting thing I was on the Crane's deck is they have a Smuggler's Cove, which I assume is on the Stronghold. Okay, we see Tadagatsu. Oh, everyone's least favorite card. One of the least favorite cards popping out. And we see open deck list effect, although Brash is pretty easy to get the honor and avoid with the assassination, but we see a Brash Samurai with 2. That's pretty strong. Pass from Demagogue. Need the Fate, and then grab the relatively cheap Doji Whisper. Proving Ground early is pretty good. Brash Samurai or there's tough duels on this Tadagatsu, especially if he gets an attachment or 2. It's not an easy duel. Might do a throwaway duel to draw a card. I don't know if that's that useful. Certainly when Micah gets a bigger character, the Proving Ground. So I wonder if he'll keep it or not. Double Storehouse gets popped. That's a good start for sure, giving 2-card advantage to our dragon player. Well, so far I'm outnumbered by the in-game spectators. If there's no one else in chat, but that's okay. I'm sure people will come on, or this game can be archived for prosperity for people to watch later. It's been a while since I streamed, so happy to do it regardless. Shane Room, by the way, been in Discord League for a while, and definitely appreciate all the work people do to keep it going, and very happy for Luke and Worker Bee and a lot of the people who did a lot of work to bring Discord League back. Revels is a good hit for the Crane player, as Tadagatsu is the only legitimate target, and doubtful that Demagogue will go for that bow. On the Water Ring, interesting choice. The Water Ring. Maybe there is somebody in chat could explain why water. He's certainly not worried about display of power or anything like that. I mean, there's Mantra of Fire, sure, but that's just okay. So he gets the Water Ring, smashes the Midnight Revels, and honors the Brash Samurai. So far a good first turn for the Crane player. Now, will Tadagatsu attack or not? The Crane row on Sacred Void is no fun either. You got your Shamefuls, you got your Pilgrimage, which you probably handle with military. Okay, hits Shameful, but it's a 0 glory. Oh, sorry. Duh. I just talked about. Yes, thank you, Yogo Dunzo. Just realized with Tadagatsu attacking that, yes, water is what he would choose. I was confused by it being the worst possible ring. So we get an air ring, which is only marginally better, coming back. And of course, Tadagatsu, as people will know, is in the deck, not only to just like thoroughly annoy your opponents, which is worth something in itself, but to keep fate on rings for the Stronghold to use. So we see Shameful coming down. We see, I think, by the Crane player, which makes sense. I mean, even honored versus dishonored, he won't be able to stop this break without expending cards. You hate to give up Shameful, you hate to give up the Proving Ground, but you're also giving up your second attack on a relatively blank board, political. So, see what happens here. And you're also defending an air ring, which is not a big deal. Now the juicier rings are going to start to come out. Although fire is not great either way. Maybe a Noble Sack could be in the works, but there's only one of in a deck. but we'll see what. I mean, he's got Upholding Authority and Restoration, and I can't remember the last province. Sorry, guys. Kind of staring down at him. Okay, hits Upholding Authority, which is arguably not as bad as the other one, depending on how many attachments he has. We get a Match of Fire. There you go. So I believe Tadakatsu gets a Fate. Yeah, that's pretty solid, and gets to draw a card. That's a, you know. So Tadakatsu is going to be around the whole game. Yay! Or a lot of it. And Crane is unfortunately breaking this Upholding Authority. So we'll get a peek at their hand. I mean, casters love Upholding Authority and Political Debate. They're great. I can actually talk about what's in the hand. So Assassination, that's really good to know with only one in the deck. Bonsai, Let Go, Fine Contender, these are all note surprises. Political Rival, and Story Defeat. So I don't know, in chat, what would you guys take from that? I would think the Political Rival. Nope, the Let Go. That makes sense too. Yeah, cut down the Let Go. There's two more in the deck, but that's fine. And we get a Dishonored Tadakatsu. He knows there's no Noble Sacrifice, but could be lurking. I don't. There's no Finger of Jades in of course, no reprieves in the deck. So the only protection against Noble Sac is the Defend Your Honor if it's in a conflict, or the Stronghold itself if activated. But that you could sack outside of the conflict, obviously. Okay, we see a big Kawanin around. 4 Fate. With 2 breaks already, I guess the Crane player is just kind of opting for ensuring that this Kawanin stays around for the rest of the game. I mean, even if he eats a Void Ring, or possibly even 2, it's likely he's going to be around for the rest of the game regardless. We see a Proving Ground on... Oh, and a Kakita Dojo with no Duelist. That's useful on this board right now, but it does give you a cheap way to honor Kawanin. Kind of a no-risk type of thing. Even if you lose, you can bow first, I guess. Use your ability. And we see Demagogue, a dragon player, thinking over his buy. I mean, depending on what he's got in his hand, and he's also standing up, not the monkey necessarily wants to stand up, or the one he wants to put a whole bunch of attachments on. So Mystic's not terrible. The dragon attachments are pretty cheap. I mean, sorry, the Crane attachments outside of dueling, training, and above question. So, oh, he just went ahead and passed. Oh, sorry, I'm behind. I think he was still thinking about it. Yeah, he went ahead and passed. So that's how he got to this huge amount of Fate, because he wants to spend it on very expensive attachments like Dagger Tattoo, which lets you double play your advance, and possibly has the Acolyte, which is another 2, and maybe even the other 2 cost attachment for the new one that I can't remember either, that gives you +1/+1, or maybe that might be the character attachment. So I'm guessing Crane's going to get another Water Ring sent their way here. Tadagatsu. Looks like Tadagatsu is going to be the choice for big monk during this game, because no other better candidates showed up. So he's got new name. He's got a dragon tattoo. He's sitting at 7 military, 4 political. So he can't be bowed by Kawanin right now. So I would think Crane might want to just, he's going military, but I don't know if he wants to make this a serious attack. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So you got 2, you're up a break already. Given that it's Sacred Sanctuary on the box, you don't want to let this monk get too disgusting before you have to attack into that thing over and over again. So aim with the Water Rank to Restoration of Balance with 12 cards. Oof. Can Kawanin bow himself? Oh, lower. No, he cannot, by definition. Yep. So he's going to try to play out some attachments here. Whatever. He's got 0 Fate, so there is a limit to what he can play out of his hand. Then he'd be dumping a whole heck of a lot. But this will be third break. And Dragon will have one character on the board. I mean, he gets a free stand out of that province, so not that that's unusual. I certainly know that this style of Dragon deck and a lot of Dragon decks will give up, just freely give up these breaks because it's not uh, they're not they're very detrimental to the to the opponent usually and gives them a lot of extra gas over their opponent for the rest of the game, uh, as well as their stronghold province being one of the best provinces in the game. Certainly one of the best. I would say maybe the best that isn't on the RL, and arguably the best. I think. I don't know. Chat can disagree with me. I'm certainly not fully sure on that. Okay, we get a bunch of stuff pitched into the bin. We get that assassination gone. We get the political rival court games. Not so useful, given that the only character is dishonored and Crane honors like crazy. Storied defeat. May not win any more duels. Above question, one of them, because he has two, and then the Ancient Master. So that's a lot of cards. I'm sure they'd all be useful, but none of them are critical, I don't think. They took all the provinces off the RL? Oh, you could. Oh, yeah, because I guess Hidden Cache is the last one. No, isn't the Crane Stand province? I can't believe I forgot the name of that thing. Uh, did they take that one off the RL too? I thought I would see it more in Crane decks if they did. Magistrate Station, isn't that still RL'd? And Mado, yeah. Well, my opinion, even as a crab player, my opinion, Mado can stay on the RL or the ban list forever. Oh no, Yogo, I'm not going to ignore you. I'm sure you'll be giving me a lot of help with corrections throughout. Um, okay, so I mean, Tadagatsu does get this stand, so I would imagine Demagogue's thinking over what province he wants to attack. Here, his choices are not a ton better. There's Pilgrimage. Is this Crane player? Sorry, I'm going to pop up for a second. I just want to check the province row here. Is this Crane player running Pledge of Loyalty? No, Manicured Gardens and Smuggler's Cove. Yeah, so he's got the Pilgrimage and the Upholding Authority. Upholding Authority, though not as bad as Restoration, would not be great with 14 cards either. But, yeah, I mean, on the face of it, on board, uh, well, I mean, board certainly goes to Crane. Hand definitely goes to Dragon. Up two breaks, but I think Sacred Sanctuary really equalizes this as well as the 8 additional fate on the Dragon side. I don't know what do people feel in chat in terms of where this game is for the two opponents. I think it's relatively equal. I don't. It's tough to say. Tough to say. I mean, that Kwanen's gonna be around for a really long time. That equalizes the Fate Plus board uh, quite a bit. So Demagogue passes. He passed. Demagogue passes his conflict opportunity. Wait, did Micha pass his conflict? Yes, Micha also passed. So it was pass. So we're on to last conflict of the turn, and he heads straight into. I mean, obviously the dojo is a solid thing to get rid of. Two more in the deck, but you don't want that one kicking around for free honors. And if a duelist shows up, even worse. Slams into it with 7 military on Air Ring, which is I can't see Crane defending this. I mean, and letting go of the katana. Obviously, he's got to dump some duplicate cards in his hand. Certainly has cards to spare. Oh yeah. You're right. High House of Light. I always think of doing it, saving it to add the fate, but if two fate on your monk already, you don't really need to do that. So you can just pop it right away and stop the duels. That's true. Yeah, 5 strength Sacred Sanctuary, which is lower than a lot, but not many. There's a lot of stronghold plus stronghold provinces that are only 5 strength nowadays, and certainly one with a really good ability. Okay, so their hand for Demagogue. Good, we can see them both. Wow. He's got the Cloud the Mind with one Let Go gone. That two Cloud the Minds. Okay, so whoever he chooses to really want to cloud is probably going to stay clouded, I would guess, until the tea houses start showing up. There's a new name, multiple hawk tattoos. There's not a lot of covert on the crane side, so hawk tattoos will get you in, I guess, the second conflicts and things. He's got double mantra fire. So yeah, can certainly slam some more fate on this Tadagatsu real easy. So I don't think he's gonna have to use High House of Light for fate anytime soon. Policy debate, return the defense, seal the dragon, void fist. I mean, value would be the clouds or the hawk tattoos, but certainly there's some other good cards in there. I don't know. I think I would take the clouds. I think because you have less chance to deal with them. You still have three of your cancels, but you know there's lots of other good events in there. Nope, two hawk tattoos are chucked. Policy debate is all. Yeah, that's an excellent choice too with the dragon tattoo. I mean, policy debate I think is and hurricane punch is probably the two main sort of things with dragon tattoo that you're looking to because I mean a lot of doubling doesn't matter in terms of like return the offense, void fist, etc. So he dumps the other brash samurai. We have a new name in Kwanin and a new name on brash samurai. So Kaguya has multiple people to come in for. Although I don't know if you want to swap Kawanin for Dadoji Kaguya unless you have to. Oh, we should Yoshi show up with a favor, but only 7 fate. Might yeah. I was going to say, given that you're kind of playing for your win earlier, because Dragon probably has greater staying power with all the fate they have and their stronghold. Yeah, I think Yoshi just to try to close this out might be the way to go because he's political on board. He can slam in with 5, 11, 15 by my count if he wanted to political. Only 9 uniques. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there you go. See, I do need you around. Definitely. Yeah, you're right. 9 uniques. The disguise, that aspect of disguise gets me sometimes. So yeah, so just the brash if he wanted to. Definitely needed the stand, but I'm sure he wants Kagui to stick around. Given how many cards that this that this dragon deck plays, I mean they rapidly cycle through cards, right? I mean that Kagui, I gotta pick one, could be pretty scary because you can trigger it sometime in some important conflict that you have to win, right? And just draw a bucket load of cards for the Crane player. Of course, we know that Dragon has 2 clouds, so if they want to start playing cards, they can just cloud them. Although this Yoshi's a pretty juicy target for clouds as well. Um, so we'll see. Kwan's currently standing at 6 mil, so he can bow Mitsu, but Mitsu can be protected by the stronghold. Cannot, on the face of it, bow Tadgatsu. And there is a ton of fate on the rings for turn 3. We see 5 bids. Nobody's worried about honor here. This sort of 2 breaks to 3 breaks game, I would imagine, unless it gets into a real slugfest, defensive slugfest, it's not going to go very many more turns. Oh, you're right. Ah, jeez. Thank you, Yogo Dunzo. Got to get you on like CoCast or something sometime so you can correct me real time. Yeah, no shugs. You're right. 2 clouds, no shugs. So that was a good reason not to take them last time. I don't know if this deck really doesn't run that many. It's got Yukuni, of course. It's got the oh wow, brain farting today. It's got the 3/3 one coster limited and Mystics. I think those are all the Shigenja I can think of in the deck. Okay, so we see Tadagatsu come barreling in because he's going to get his stand. So kind of a freebie conflict, and a freebie conflict with a 7/4. Nothing wrong with that. Manicure Guard. Given that it's a water ring, I don't know. Oh, they both give a fate, so hitting Pilgrimage is same diff in terms of giving that one fate to Crane. But I guess it's watering on forces of defense by Brash Samurai, but there was probably always going to be defense by Brash Samurai, even on Pilgrimage, because he was breaking it on board. Okay. So, we know there's one Void Fist in there. So certainly this, barring a cancel, this could be a break, a fairly certain, well, quote unquote certain break for Dragon if they want it. Yeah, because of Tadagatsu. Yeah, the Water Ring. Oh, Swordsmith. Yeah, thank you. Uh, as well, I forgot the Swordsmith. Yeah, the Water Ring was chosen by Tadagatsu. So yeah, we've had the Tadagatsu from turn 1. So made that mistake a few times, but getting used to not questioning the strange ring choices. Yeah, the policy debate is in there for sure. 4-4 currently. He definitely has more than enough faith that if he has the Acolyte in his deck, so that he gets pumps on every card, that he could pull off a double policy debate here. Rash, yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody say they like Tadagatsu, even Dragon players, but definitely serves a purpose in this deck. Impact wise, I don't know if he's, because it's kind of hurt Dragon's rings as well. I don't know if he's had a big impact other than the fact that he's a big static character right now. But he certainly got Fate stuck on the rings for the High House to use. But High House is used right away to stop the opponent's events. Um, I think would guess the Noble Sack would have came right away if Crane had it. So just trying to think of what events. I don't believe it's for shame. I didn't see for shame in the Crane deck. Let me double check. Yeah, there's no for shame. So story defeat, I guess if you manage to actually win an event or a duel in the place. Okay, see some hurricane punches, double hurricane punch. So we got a big Tadagatsu now, and in place for the Void Fist if he wants it, but he doesn't need it. So let's see, a sword, a bonsai could save this province. But either one of them could just be answered by the Void Fist, which of course can be answered by a cancel. We know he didn't have one last turn, but he just drew 5 cards, and he's halfway through the deck without seeing a voice. So, of course, voice on. Yeah, I mean, most events are cheap, so voice on a Void Fist is solid. You're not waiting to cancel anything much bigger than that, other than a return offense, for example. We see a Seal of the Dragon. Okay, so yeah, it's looking like setting up for the double policy debate here, pumping the political on military attack. Of course, Yoshi's set to draw 3 more cards when he gets into a scuffle. So yeah, given this, there's only one Elegant Tessin in the deck, which you could have drawn so far. So let's assume the Brash isn't coming in. Then we're looking at 11 political versus 10 on the crackback, which certainly is not enough with all those events, Void Fist, etc., lurking in Dragon player's hand. Okay, Crane player having a good think about what they want to do here, or maybe just dreading this policy debate that's coming. Although double policy at 5 to 4 is a little daunting. I think you want to have more of a double bully duel there. Okay, Kawana gets the way of the Crane. Okay. Might have had you can always save the stronghold for Yoshi and say return the fence or something like that. And certainly return the fence is excellent with Yoshi. Nothing like free stand and free honor. So this is a military, and I don't see a formal invitation in that player's deck or any way to get it Quana into the fight. So interesting. He didn't need it for Voice of Honor. I mean, I would imagine you're not too afraid of Way of the Crane being taken by a policy debate. Possibly you are. Okay, so we see it. Defend your honor to initiate a duel between. Okay, to cancel the Way of the Crane. Okay, I'm obviously missing something about this Way of the Crane and its general importance here. I mean, certainly yes, it makes Quanin much bigger for the attack, but it was interesting to play that inside of the conflict. Yeah, so Voice of Honor cancels the policy debate. So that's good, especially with the way that the Dragon Tattoo kicking around. So double cancel off the Voice of Honor, essentially. So he's still gonna looks to be Micha still looks to be eating his third break here, and then he's looking at a stand not bow on Tagatsu, who can fire back at his Smuggler's Cove. It's a tricky spot. Oh, okay, we see favorable ground taking in Mitsu. Okay. Mitsu to trigger a ring, I guess. I don't know. Help me out here. Chat, why is Mitsu coming in here when you already had the break? Return the offense, maybe? No, but I mean, yes, you could do a return the defense to keep the stand, I guess. Then yes, because right now then you're looking at only one monk defending your stronghold, which might be okay, but even if you just want to defend with one monk, then you get double monk on the attack into the Smuggler's Cove, the stronghold province for Crane. So yeah, I think he's thinking about triggering a ring. That's the only thing I can really think about. Think here. Let's see. So refresh myself on. Okay, so in the conflict, not since he's been there or anything. So we have 2 Hurricane Punches, a policy debate, and defend your honor. Okay, so yeah, one more card. Oh, or am I wrong? Did I miscount? Must have miscounted because he triggers a fire ring. Yeah. To honor Mitsu. Okay. So we could see. I imagine we're going to see it. Okay, now we see a policy debate. Between Mitsu and the Rash Samurai. I guess more of a guaranteed win, but you don't get the Dragon Tattoo. Oh, actually, no, Dragon Tattoo must be a reaction, right? Yeah, okay. So it's already done. So you're not going to get the double anyway. Okay, so we see, good. We'll get to see all kinds of hands in this game. 2 Bonsais. So yeah, there's no way he's going to stop this break regardless. Oh, he does have the Elegant Tessin. Story defeat Tattoo Wanderer. So, Tattoo Wanderer. So it all depends if the Dragon player has a Let Go, which I do. Oh, I definitely believe. No, he used the Let Go when he was heading it up holding. So he may have another one. So Tattoo Wanderer for covert. No, that won't really matter because the stronghold brings the person in. Oh no, do they bring it in? No, they just say they don't bow. So Tattoo Wanderer for covert or Let Go are good choices. And Let Go is, sorry, I already saw what it was. Let Go is to be chucked. Oh, Let Go to be chucked. Oh, yeah, the Tessin. Duh. The Tessin wasn't that useful because the Brash Samurai could be switched for Kaguya anyway. And Mitsu can't be evaded by covert. Yep. Thanks, guys. See, that's why I always want to have viewers. Yeah, it can't be evaded by covert. So Tagatsu could be, though. But Mitsu's now the bigger of the two. So yeah, 7-8. Okay, so Manicure Gardens get squished, but we have a Water Ring. Yeah, interesting. So help me out again, guys. Was that a misplay? And that you should have just, yes, exactly. That you should have just kept the Brash in the fight until the very end, and then oh no, because he was going away. So you really had no choice. But then wouldn't you want to put Kaguya into the conflict and trigger his ability to draw a whole bunch of cards? Like, wouldn't it be like 5 cards drawn or something? If you would have put him into the conflict, which might possibly may possibly have been even better than if he was even out of the conflict without the bow. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Only in Paul conflicts. Ah, thank you. Okay, yes. I gotta play a lot of this crab in other clans during pole conflict. Yeah, gotcha. So out of the conflict. Unfortunately, it was the water ring. So outside of that, okay. So Yoshi knowingly marches into shameful display, which I guess makes some sense because he wants to get off this fire ring. He doesn't want the monk stand. Plus the smart dragon player was first player, so he's not going to get an attack on the stronghold this turn, even if he stands someone up with the sacred sanctuary. Fire rain. Yep, we get a lot of fate put on, double fate put on characters and 2 cards drawn. Any conflict characters at all here to dishonor this Yoshi? Yoshi chucks to get 3 cards. I mean, these Earth and Void rings are just never going to be taken, right? Okay, Yoshi gets. I mean, Yoshi's going firing. I guess, yeah, he wants to honor Kawane with the firing. Really seems to be a lack of duels or a lack of opportunities to play duels. For the Crane player, usually I see a lot more, or fairly consistently almost every round. But yeah, there's some big dragon characters. Not so easy to duel on the dragon side. Okay, Shameful Display goes down without a fight. Um, and then we have a Kawanin. So we have a 6 strength Kawanin and a Mitsu that's dishonored so far. Demagogue can't make a conflict. I mean, I don't know if Kawanin can accomplish much because you'll just get the air ring. Winning an air ring's no big deal. We've seen his hand. He can't possibly break the stronghold and probably not even win the air ring. And then Mitsu will be standing. So it's really about favor. So we can keep the favor neutral. No, actually, no. Crane will keep favor if he doesn't attack. So I'm guessing he won't attack, but maybe I'm missing something. Mitsu gets a katana. We know there's still no. Oh, Yoshi just pulled 3. So I bet he was hoping he pulled the Noble Sack for the Tadagatsu, but I would think that would be a snap Noble Sack on the on the Tadagatsu if he had gotten it. Oh no, Kwanen's going in air ring to Sacred Sanctuary. Yeah, Mitsu got the swords, to avoid the bow right away. There's double bonsai for Kawanin, so unless Mitsu can get up to, oh no, he already high house of light, right? No, oh, it can't be bowed. Wow. So yeah, Sacred Sanctuary, real good. Can't be bowed regardless. So I mean, the Crane player is at 6 honor. He's going up to 7 at the end of turn. I mean, winning this air ring, I don't think's that big of a deal. But so new name goes on Mitsu, taking him up to 9. So still winning the air ring. Dragon will have to find 2. Yeah, I agree, Yogo. I think he gave up the favor for this attack, which is strange with Yoshi on board, and still no way to cloud him. Seems like those 3 cards might have been worth a lot. Oh, actually, no, he wouldn't have got the favor. Oh, yes, he would have because Mitsu was bowed. Yeah, interesting. I'm sure Micah, who's in the top eight, and I am definitely far from the top eight this season, had a plan, but the return the offense is a bit confusing for me right now. I have to think about it some more. I mean, is he? Oh, he just. I mean, so even if he loses the air ring, he'll still get favor. That's true. Um, so currently we have Dragon stopping a break by 1, but 5 extra cards in the Dragon player's hand. Yeah, Mitsu doesn't bow anyway. Oh, sorry. Oh, my fault. They both have Return the Offense in the deck. I mixed up who was actually playing it. Yes, just Honor Coin. You're totally correct. That makes sense. And then it does come down to the winner of this conflict getting favor. Yep. Okay, because they both have 3 glory. So that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So they Return the Offense, keeping Kawanin standing was pretty important in terms of favor and what's going on next turn. Okay, so we're over on to Demagogue's action. We get Seal the Dragon. Okay. I think that's just 7 to 8 political. I guess it's just making any policy debates, political duels more painful. Just double check my. Yep, 7 to 8. Okay. And that's the end of that conflict. So close. Oh, so close. One stat point military away for the lack of one sword. One sword in Kawanin's hand. He's got one in the picture, just doesn't have one in his hand. Oh, right, it wasn't a political duel anyway. Ugh, what was I talking about? It wasn't a political duel anyway, so the return defense was definitely just to honor Kawanin, put the pressure on. So yeah, so the favor will go over to Dragon. Okay, we see the flips. Okay, so 16 Fate and Yakuni, oof, and favor. So you can copy Mitsu. I mean, you can copy Kawanin. You can copy Yoshi, all for pretty solid effects, or the Investigator in 2 different conflicts. So yeah, it's a good flip for Demagogue in this situation. I mean, you can buy out the row and make a big, I mean, defend and make a big attack on the stronghold. Crane size, not bad either. Um, Unfortunately, you're going to be Yakuni even more options to copy, but nothing better than he already has. So Challenger comes in to try to reduce that attack back on the stronghold by sucking up a character. We see the Challenger bought with 2. We see Micah pass after the Challenger. Yeah, not a lot of fade. He could have bought the Samurai or the Duelist, I suppose. But I think he's got to play for a longer game here. Maybe, I don't know. It's going to be tough to try to outlast the Dragon. And then the Dragon, 10 Fate, considering what else to buy. Swordsmith with none. So clearly the Dragon's thinking this is going to end fairly soon. Yakuni with 1, Swordsmith with none. I would imagine snatches up Investigator as well. Might have some super expensive attachments in his hand, like multiple 2-costers, but we all know nobody's getting that Earth Ring and nobody's getting that Void Ring, so the fate you have is the fate you have. Okay, we get Investigator with 0. Yeah, so there must be. I mean, okay, takes away of the dragon. There we go. There's some of those aforementioned expensive attachments. Duelist training's probably in hand by now, with only one character left in, only 8 cards left in conflict. So gonna be looking at a lot of bows, I'm guessing. Yeah, so I think as this deck has done many times in the past, it kind of weathered that early aggression and is looking like it's in a really good position to close out the game here at this turn or most next turn. But yep, and we got clouds turned on. That's a good point as well. So I mean, I don't know if Quantum is gonna be, yeah, Quantum could bow in defense for sure. Um, High House of Light was probably gonna and bow whoever is not protected by High House of Light on the other side. Sorry, not protected by Sacred Sanctuary or High House of Light. Um, Stop the challenger from sucking somebody in. So what's Crane going to dedicate to this attack? I mean, it's a daunting sort of thing to do, seeing how you can't even guarantee your challenger is going to um, be able to neutralize one person for the attack back. Politically, I mean, politically it's not small, 1720, but there's been no void fists. No void fists have been used by the dragon player, and you know he has them. One voice has been used by the crane player. So odds are very high that there's more void fists than voices for sure. Oh, we see a covert come down. Obviously not going to covert Mitsu, but there's other pretty solid choices in terms of Tadagatsu or Yukuni. I don't believe there's any Tattooed Wonder has been played on the other side. Have we got a Yukuni copy yet? No. I guess keep that open. Keep it flexible. Oof. A lot of people in-game spectating. I guess this is top 8. It's a big game. Important. Oh, there's only one Void Fist in the Vex. Yeah, thank you, Arash. I should not have assumed there was 3. There's 3, given how good of a card it was, but deck space and whatnot. Um, so only one. Yeah, okay. So there's only one. So then it is a fair chance that it's not going to go off, regardless. Although the Defend Your Honors, I could be wrong about that too. How many Defend Your Honors there are, but there are. Given there's Proving Grounds in the deck, I would imagine there's a couple. There's 3 Defend Your Honors, so there's 2 Defend Your Honors to 2 voices. And okay. So Demagogue's thinking over his turn. Hopefully we don't have any disconnect problems or anything with Jagoku. Or thinking over his action. 16 cards. He's probably got some attachments. He's wondering if we should play them, etc. Or maybe he has a let go and he's thinking about whether he needs to use it on the Tattoo Wanderer. Okay, Cloud the Mind comes down on the Challenger. We'll get away with the Crane on the Challenger. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. The Kyuden Kahita has only been used one time in this game? Maybe none. Maybe none at all. I can't remember a time when that stronghold was bowed, which is unusual. I played, some Crane and seen a lot of Crane games, and I see it used fairly consistently. Oh, it was used for the return defense. Yeah, definitely was used that turn. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Yoko. So yeah, Serum was used for the return defense for sure. Okay, opt in for a mill. And we are coverting out Yakuni. So on the face of it, we get the 19. Yeah, I guess with you don't want the investigator to be stripping out your cards. And you don't really want to covert the investigator if you don't have to. So we get 19 to 14 on the face of it here. So just enough to break. There's a little bit of banter back and forth. Mike is commenting on his all-in strategy here. He's got to win here or die trying. Yes, given that he may have returned the offenses to keep standing, but probably won't be able to do a lot about the counterattack here. Because I'd imagine that Michael will go back on Politico, which means Kawanin can't do Smuggler's Cove in and do a bow, etc. Looks like we're seeing a defense with only Mitsu. Oof. So can't be affected by events. High House Light right off the bat. The two Hawk 2s were stripped away. I think there was 3 in the deck. So there might be another one if he needs to bring someone in. We see it. Ponzai on Kawanin. It can't be chosen as a target of an event, but he also can't be... Do we... Yeah. Okay, so I use the Sacred Sanctuary. Oh, Sacred Sanctuary as well, so... Can't be bowed by Kawanin either, so... Boom, Bonsai takes it up to 23. Let's see what Mitsu's got here. Yes, we're going for the air ring for the 4th time this game. So obviously there's secret dishonor tech. Tadagatsu has had big effect. Those are some big void. I've never seen the void and the earth ring. So much money on it. I almost want to see this game last longer so I can see 5, 6, 7 fade on those. Although I doubt the dragon player will use the High House of Light to stick fade on Tadagatsu. Okay, so we see Hurricane Punch come out from Mitsu. Still a ways to go to protect his stronghold at this point. Yeah, I'm thinking Hawk to 2. I think there's got to be that last Hawk to 2 in hand to get somebody in. But you knew a lot was coming in, so... And you're using your High House Light right away. So, I mean, if your plan was to kind of Hawk Tattoo someone in, I mean, you could just keep them in. I'll put them in, and maybe you were thinking you needed the 3rd card type of thing for that Void Fist. Okay, we see a Kakita Blade going down on Kawanin, so taking it up to 18 strength for the break here. Or plus 18, or 14 over what he needs. No, 13 over what he needs. Fine Katana goes down at Mitsu. Mitsu's at 9, so bigger than the Challenger, bigger than Yoshi, but got a ways to go to get to Kawanin. Yeah, Mitsu can win. Yeah, you're right. Arash got the Mitsu ability, of course, to backed up by Way of the Dragon. Okay, the duelist training. Yep, duelist training coming down on Mitsu. Void Fist not needed here. That'll be 1 bow. Unless there's another let go in the Crane player's hand. There are 2 let goes down, so there is 1 extra one. Nope. And if he puts the Way of the Dragon down, that could be a 2nd character. And Yoshi is bowed. Yoshi goes down. It was a tough spot for Crane. I mean, one way you could say if you suspect the duelist training, which that deep in the deck, you kind of had to, you could have just sent in Kawanin, but he might not have been strong enough on his own. So you kind of had to try to bet against this duelist training. You saw the Way of the Dragon. What came in? Oh, it's a formal invitation on Yakuni. But I would imagine that's just adding up for the Mitsu effect. Although you still probably want to get the Way of the Dragon on him. Which could have been another card. So yes, some impressive use of conflict cards here to stop this big big push by Crane. From 25 military strength, he's going to take it down by 10, I guess, to prevent the break. If he has to, oh no, more than that, by 12. We see just literally a second duelist training put on to take care of this Doji Challenger. And then we get a ring effect. We get Dishonor Kawanin, I'm guessing. Oh no, Honor Mitsu, of course. That makes equal. I guess it's equally sensible, but Mitsu may be being used again this round. Okay, duelist training. Boom, 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 boom. Bows the challenger. So now we have a no break situation. Still winning the air ring. Not that Crane considers that much of a consolation prize. All right, and drawing cards all the way too off this proving grounds. Okay, so does Crane have anything to pull out? Well, we're about to see if they have anything to pull out from this. This Demagogue plays a policy debate versus the challenger. Another easy win. We still have the test from last turn. We have a duelist training. We have return the offense. Story defeat. Way of the Crane. Seeing a politicals 8 to 10. Yeah, there's nothing in that hand that could help him there. And we see the GG from Micha. So I mean, I found that to be an entertaining game. Not too long. Not like the 2-hour fest Johnny had to cast. So I hope everyone else enjoyed watching it. Hope everyone was okay with my various mistakes along the way. And we had Yogo here for the real info. And yeah, everyone, Discord League is great. It's a lot of fun. So good luck to Demagogue in the finals. And thanks everybody for watching. I know you're helping, Yogo. Sorry, Canadians are not sarcastic. It may sound like I'm being bitter, but I'm not. I genuinely appreciate it.